Hello and welcome to True Crime Sleep Stories, where the shadows of the past whisper tales of mystery and intrigue, guiding you into a restful night's sleep. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that CrimeCon is coming up this September 5th through the 7th in Denver, Colorado. You can join me there on Podcast Row and get 10% off your tickets by using my special code at checkout. Use code BRINK, that's BRINK, and I'll see you there. Tonight, we journey to the small town of Ina, Illinois, in the autumn of 1987, a place where the rustle of leaves and the hum of distant trains masked a darkness that still lingers. Find a comfortable position, breathe deeply, and let your mind drift into this story. This episode explores the Unsolved Dardeen Family Murders, a case that unfolds like a fog over the fields, leaving more questions than answers. Our tale is rooted in fact, told with care to honor the lives touched by this tragedy. But be warned, dear listener, this tale is as brutal as it is mysterious. If you prefer lighter stories, now's a good time to choose another episode. For those ready to step into the mystery, let's dim the lights and travel back to a November night when a family's dreams were silenced and a small town was changed forever. Picture a late autumn evening in southern Illinois, where the air carries the crisp scent of fallen leaves and wood smoke. It's November 1987, and the small town of Ina, population 2,300, rests along Route 37, a ribbon of asphalt threading through fields and woodlands. Train tracks crisscross the landscape, their distant rumbles a lullaby for the rural community. Mobile homes dot the outskirts, their porch lights glowing like fireflies against the twilight. This is a place where neighbors wave from pickup trucks, where church hymns spill from open windows on Sundays, and where the stars seem close enough to touch. In one such mobile home, nestled among trees off a quiet road, the Dardeen family lives a simple, hopeful life. Russell Keith Dardeen, 29, is a water treatment plant operator, a steady man with a warm smile and a love for music. His wife, Ruby Elaine, 30, is 7 months pregnant with their second child, a girl they've named Casey. Elaine plays piano at the local Baptist church, her fingers coaxing melodies that lift the congregation. Their son, Peter Sean, just 3 years old, is a bundle of energy, clutching his prized baseball bat, a gift from Keith, and dreaming of the day he'll hit a home run. Together, they're a family of faith and dreams, planning to move to Mount Carmel, Keith's hometown, where the streets feel safer and their growing family can thrive. But Ina isn't as peaceful as it seems. Over the past 2 years, Jefferson County has been shaken by 15 murders, a startling number for a rural area. Just months ago, a teenager in nearby Mount Vernon killed his own family, a tragedy that sent ripples of fear through the region. Keith, protective by nature, has grown cautious. When a woman recently asked to use their phone, citing car trouble, he turned her away, mindful of the dangers lurking beyond their doorstep. The Dardeens trailer is up for sale, a sign of their hope for a fresh start. Yet, as November 17th, 1987 dawns, an unseen shadow is drawing near. The morning begins with the familiar rhythm of family life. Keith rises early, his boots scuffing the linoleum as he prepares for his shift at the water plant. Elaine, her pregnancy slowing her steps, packs Peter's lunch and hums a hymn. Peter, ever curious, asks about the baby sister he'll soon meet. Outside, the fields are golden under a weak sun, and a faint mist clings to the ground. Keith kisses his family goodbye, promising to be home for dinner. Maybe with apple pie for dessert. It's a Tuesday, unremarkable, the kind of day that fades into memory. At the water plant, Keith chats with co-workers, his easy laugh echoing in the break room. He's well-liked, a man who sings lead in the church choir and never misses a shift. Elaine spends the day at home, perhaps tidying the trailer or playing with Peter, who swings his bat at imaginary pitches. The hours pass quietly, the world outside their windows unaware of the darkness creeping closer. As evening falls, Keith wraps up his shift. The sky is bruising purple and a chill settles over Ina. He climbs into his 1981 Plymouth, a reliable car with a few scratches from country roads, and heads home. The drive is short, past fields and silos, the radio crackling with a country tune. At the trailer, Elaine and Peter wait, the glow of a lamp spilling through the curtains. Dinner is ready, the table set, but something is wrong. The next morning, November 18th, Keith doesn't show up for work. His coworkers, puzzled, call the trailer, but the phone rings unanswered. Keith's reliability is legendary. Missing a shift is unthinkable. Concerned, his supervisor contacts Keith's father, Don Dardeen, who lives nearby. Don, sensing something amiss, drives to the trailer, his heart heavy. He meets police at the property, the gravel crunching under their tires as they approach the modest home. The trailer looks untouched, the door locked, no signs of a struggle. A small amount of marijuana, unusual for the Dardeens, sits on a counter, perhaps left by someone else, a clue, or a red herring. The officers knock, call out, but silence answers. Forcing entry, they step inside, and the world shifts. In a bedroom, Elaine and Peter lie tucked under blankets as if asleep, but they're not sleeping. Both have been brutally bludgeoned, likely with Peter's baseball bat. Their bodies bound and gagged with duct tape. Elaine, in her final moments, gave birth to Casey, the daughter she'd dreamed of cradling. Tragically, the newborn was also killed, her tiny life extinguished before it began. The scene is methodical, intimate, no forced entry, no theft, only death. The killer, it seems, was no stranger, or at least gained the family's trust. Keith is missing, his Plymouth gone. For a fleeting moment, police wonder if he's responsible, but the thought feels wrong. Keith's devotion to his family is unshakable. He'd never harm them. The search intensifies. Helicopters buzzing over the fields. Volunteers combing the woods. The next day, November 19th, hunters stumble across a grim discovery in a wheat field a mile from the trailer. Keith's body lies among the stubble, shot 3 times in the head, his body mutilated in a way that speaks of rage or ritual. His Plymouth, bloodstained, is found parked near the Benton police station, 11 miles away, as if the killer wanted it seen. News of the murders spreads like wildfire through Ina, shattering the town's sense of safety. Neighbors lock their doors, shotguns propped by bedsides. The Baptist church, where Elaine played and Keith sang, holds a vigil, candles flickering in tearful hands. Jefferson County, already reeling from its crime wave, feels cursed. Locals whisper about strangers passing through, truckers, drifters, or worse. Some speak of cults. The brutality, the precision, the lack of motive. It's as if a ghost slipped through the trailer, leaving only sorrow. The investigation becomes one of Illinois' largest, with 30 detectives, FBI agents, and over 1,000 leads. Forensic evidence confirms the killings happened within an hour, likely on the night of November 17th. The absence of forced entry suggests the killer knocked, was welcomed, or knew the family's habits. Keith's protectiveness makes a stranger unlikely, yet no neighbor, friend, or coworker raises suspicion. Robbery is ruled out. Valuables remain. Rape, revenge, drugs, infidelity. None fit. The marijuana, possibly the killers, leads nowhere. Even a theory of mistaken identity, perhaps targeting another family, falls apart. The Dardeens, it seems, were chosen, but why? Years pass, the case growing cold, a file in a sheriff's office gathering dust. The community of Ina tries to heal, but the Dardeens' trailer, now empty, stands as a silent reminder. Joanne Dardeen, Keith's mother, keeps the case alive, pleading for answers, her voice a beacon in the dark. Then, in the early 2000s, a name surfaces. Tommy Lynn Sells, a drifter and serial killer convicted of murders in Texas. Sells, on death row, confesses to the Dardeen murders, claiming he met Keith at a truck stop or pool hall, though his story shifts. He describes the trailer, mentions watermelon ceramics, a detail that gives investigators pause, but doubts creep in. Sells, like Henry Lee Lucas, is known for false confessions, claiming up to 70 killings. His account falters. He misplaces Elaine's body, fumbles non-public details like the seat where Keith was shot. Some facts, like the ceramics, could have come from news reports. Joanne, meeting Sells, sees a liar, not a killer. Texas authorities focused on his other crimes refused to let him aid Illinois police. In 2014, Sells is executed. His truth, if he held any, lost. Another name briefly emerges, Angel Matarino Resendez, the railroad killer, known for targeting victims near train tracks. But his methods don't match, and he's quickly dismissed. The Dardeens' killer remains a phantom, slipping through time. What happened that November night? Did Keith open the door to a familiar face, someone he trusted? Was Elaine's music silenced by a betrayal? Why the baseball bat, Peter's cherished gift, as the weapon? The duct tape, the parked car, the field a mile away. Each detail feels like a piece of a puzzle, but the picture won't form. Was it rage, a message, or something darker, unknowable? The marijuana, out of place in a devout family's home, hints at the killer's presence but leads nowhere. And Sells, did he know more than he let on, or was he chasing infamy? The town of Ina has changed since 1987. The trailer is gone, the fields reclaimed by time, but the story endures whispered in diners, retold by those who remember. Joanne Dardeen, now elderly, still hopes for closure, urging anyone with information to call the Jefferson County Sheriff at 618-242-8477. The stars over Illinois shine as they did then, watching, silent. As we linger in this tale, imagine the Dardeens as they were. Keith's voice lifting in song, Elaine's fingers dancing over piano keys, Peter's laughter echoing through the trailer. Their lives, though brief, were filled with love, faith, and dreams of a new home. This story isn't just a mystery, it's a reminder of the fragility of safety, the weight of loss, and the human need to seek answers, even in the dark. If you're drifting toward sleep, let the questions fade. The fields are quiet now, the trains a distant hum. For those still awake, carry this story lightly, a thread of curiosity to unravel another night. The Dardeens' memory lives on in the hope that one day the truth will step into the light. Thank you for joining us for this episode of True Crime Sleep Stories. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing with a friend or leaving a review wherever you listen. Your support helps us bring more tales to light, each crafted to soothe and intrigue. For those seeking more, our archives hold other mysteries, from forgotten cases to enigmatic crimes, all told with care. Before you drift off, if you have thoughts on this case or a story you'd like us to explore, reach out through social media. For now, the night is yours. Sleep well, and may your dreams be gentle. Good night.